Hello again. So in this video I'm going to set up my environment. I'm going to show you where I'm going to be scraping the data from, and then I'm going to begin working through the example of how I'm going to actually scrape the data using an example I found on GitHub from someone who has done it in R. I've scraped both in R as well as in Python. My Python's a bit rusty right now, and I know that R has been increasing their capabilities on how to scrape from the web, so I'm going to give it a shot. There are probably going to be some mistakes along the way, but it's okay. It's just a learning exercise, so not a big deal. So you can see up on my screen, I have RStudio open. I like using RStudio just because it's what I studied in school, and I'm most familiar with it. And the source that I'm going to use is actually basketballreference.com, and we can actually get play-by-play data. I went to it earlier by looking at the schedule, choosing a random team, looking at the box score, and then going down and looking at the play-by-play. So this is going to be the table that we're going to scrape for every single game. We're going to take who shot, how far away, for how many points, and if they did score or if they did not, +0, +2, as well as rebounds, if someone enters the game, exits the game. I don't think I'll have violations, but I will have fouls because those lead to free throws. And then I'll be scraping out certain things as they're not important. So to begin with, I'm going to go to our script, and I'm just going to start typing. Always start with some comments. And we're going to load libraries that we'll use, set the working directory. Let's have a few extra rows. Let's get tidier. I know I've looked through this, and I'm going to need, I believe it's called rvest, although I've never worked with it before, right here. So I have to install it. I'm going to created a working directory right here. This is where I save that paint file that I shared earlier. And in R, you have to escape certain characters. So I'm going to change these. Okay, warning messages, but it looks like it was built just under a different version of R. Okay. Now, additionally in this folder, what I'm planning to do is scrape 3 seasons worth of data, well, 2 past seasons, and then the current live season, 20. And we're going to be saving it in here first, but we'll figure that out later. It's not too big a deal. And let's save this file as well, just so we have it. Oh, perfect. Let's call it PPP scraper. Okay, so let's look at the code that this other person has used, and let's see what we've got. So here, there's a lot of documentation, which I probably will have to look at, but right now I'm just going to skip it. This looks like some sort of wrapper. Stop if not. Okay, so here's where they originally get the URL for the player that they're going to look up. This code is to get player data. We're not going to do that. We're going to get play-by-play, but we can still follow along fairly easily. Function to pool. We're similarly going to use a function, but we're not going to pass anything to it. Actually, we'll pass a URL to it. We'll have another function up here. Game p. We'll do that later, but for right now, we'll just say URL is equal to space 0. But again, I don't actually want this one. I want to do, let's just do this one. They're currently playing Pelicans versus Toronto. Right now I'm just going to hard code this, and eventually I'll create a function that will go through and find all of these games. But for right now, this is going to be our URL. Okay, so now I've got that for values. What we're going to also do is we're going to define our output data frame. So this is the data frame that's actually going to contain all of our analysis that says, you know, for example, what is the play? It's a shot, missed, 0 points by NOP from this distance. So we're going to say, we're going to call it simplified game because that's what I've done in the past, data.frame. I'm actually going to look up how to define a data frame empty. Before, and I've used this before as well. Okay, so we're going to need a date character. What else? We're going to need a play team. So who's the team that did it? We're going to need a play type. We're going to need distance, shot distance, shot points outcome. Integer, actually this distance is also going to be an integer. Let's call it possession obtained character. So this says they keep possession, offensive rebound, so they keep it, versus they lose possession because he made a point, the other team gets the ball. Let's see, is there anything else that we'll need? Let's also have play team. Home team. Shooter. I think this is a nice simple one. We can add things if we need it along the way. Okay. Save. Now let's start looking at the RVest. Okay, so looks like we're also going to need XML2. So let's library that in. Looks like I have it already on this computer, so that's great. And let's just copy some things. Gonna have to edit them, but that's okay.